on The View. Ugh.
Thank you. I know. It is pretty good. Okay. All right, calm down. The View can't wait to tell us that Trump's marriage makes them jealous. Yeah, they may be overweight and brain dead, but they claim to know what's in Melania's head. This week, the plus-size clown show known as The View discussed the news of Melania Trump coming out in favor of abortion rights just weeks before the election, which led to this moment where Sunny projected her own misery on Melania. Roll it, Carl.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she doesn't.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
I told Sunny, allegedly.
How does she know all this? It's because she's talking about herself. Because you can't... Kennedy, when anybody tries to read your mind, they can't. So they have no choice but to pull the things out of their own head and replace it. I find it interesting that they're mocking Melania for disagreeing with her husband. Would they have applauded Melania if they thought exactly the same way?
Yeah, but they can't come out and say, you know, good for her. This is so incredibly brave. They have to somehow malign him. But yes, Dr. Freud, this is garden variety projection on Sunny's part. And it's really disgusting, but they're actually wrong because what they're talking about is in her book, she says, you know, my entire adult life, I have always believed that a woman has the right to choose to terminate a pregnancy. Whether or not you disagree with it, abortion has been very problematic for Republicans. So what she's actually doing is softening it in her way and her voice to kind of make it a non-issue. She's doing a favor to her husband because she's not marching in lockstep with him. What she's doing is adding her own personal feelings to a complicated and divisive issue, which required a little bit of nuance and softening to become a non-issue in this critical last month of the election. So I think this entire book is doing a favor because it defines her as she wants to be defined, which is only better for him because he's not married to a Stepford wife.
Yeah, it's great that you read the book and I didn't. I'm like going, thank God she knows what she's talking about because I don't have a clue. Tyrus, imagine if you...
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
All right, go.
You and I are on an island.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah. All right. Imagine if you had said, I don't know, Doug Emhoff wants to take out Kamala. They would say that they would take that literally. They would
they would. It'd be all over media. Or Tyrus plans to help kill wife so he can get back to his nanny.
Yeah.
Listen, the best part of this to me is that she just, first of all, if Sunny took the makeup and the wig off, she looked like Schmeagol. So I guess she's just an evil little thing, and her precious is attention. So here's the thing, your wife has an independent thought that she can talk out loud. Doesn't that say a lot about you as the husband? Because I'm confused. Because I would assume if a guy's Hitler and a threat to democracy and a dictator, he's at least those things in his own damn house.
Yeah.
If he's not even running Melania.
Yeah.
So what the hell is he gonna do in the White House? Because apparently, evil redheaded Hitler is a really nice husband who listens to his wife's thoughts, and she can say whatever she wants. And he wasn't like, please excuse my wife, she's ignorant. So all they did was further let anyone know who didn't know the story of what Melania said. Then they're like, oh, so she's pro for what she believes in and her husband supports her. Boom.
Yeah.
They just, thank you, Sonny, you should run that. That should be something he runs in his thing that, I support my wife to have independent thought. And again, we know Trump's position on it as a politician. Most men, we don't want anything to do with it.
No, we want to stay out of it.
Until we can get the right to financially abort, we don't want anything to do with it.
Lionel, have you ever seen The View before?
No.
I didn't think so.
I've seen those characters. I've seen it before.
Yeah,
like, clips.
Yeah, exactly. Do you find it strange that when you, because you interview people on the street, that there is this penchant for liberals to read minds? But we, like, I don't know what's going on in your head. You don't know what's going on in mine. But they somehow know what's in my head at all times. I find that strange. What did you make of that clip?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the case of Melania, it's actually people misinterpret her hating Trump with her just being Eastern European.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like she's not necessarily naturally going to be like the traditional American conservative wife, you know, presenting. And if she doesn't decorate Christmas, I don't really blame her, you know? Kitschy things, I mean, it gets a little tiresome anyway, so it's great to see an independent woman in there in Melania.
Yeah, you know what, it is true, because, you know, my wife is Russian, and she's not, like, you know, people might think when she's around me that she hates my guts. She does. But she loves Christmas. I thought that was really weird, though, when Sunny says she hates Christmas. It was like, how do you know that she hates Christmas? How do you know that you won't sleep with your husband? I mean, what do you make of this?
Oh, on the Christmas thing, which was the first lady that put together a rather nice traditional Christmas display in the White House with red trees? That was Melania. And which was the first lady that put together a dystopian Hunger Games display with weird-looking dancers with scary masks? That was Jill Biden. And so for her to say this is, again, that overall concept of gaslighting, deflecting, whatever you want to call it. It's them not liking themselves, them not liking what they did, and trying to take it out on Republicans. One final thought on the whole First Lady thing. Sunny Hostin went on to say, Melania clearly doesn't want to be First Lady. Let's assume for argument's sake for a moment that's true. Wouldn't that be a welcome change from, oh, I don't know, a woman who propped up her husband at the expense of our nation for basically 5 years so that she could be First Lady, and would have done it again if not for a Thursday night debate the last Thursday in June.
Todd Pyro. Finally making a decent point.
It's been like 3 years on that
I
show,
know.
right?
Have you been on the show that long?
Yeah.
It seems longer. Seems like you've been around longer than this show or this network. Maybe you were always here. Maybe we just live in your world, Todd Pyro. All right, I got to move on. Where am I going? Up next, he can't sing a note, but he'll tell you how to vote.